All right, Shalom. Kolo Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakaha, Kodash. Double honors unto our elders and apostles of Great Millstone who do teach and rule well till this is 100% truth. Peace, love, and salutations unto the Lord's elect, the hopeful elect. You, I came out there pushing this word in truth and sincerity. Unto those of you who be likened unto the speckled birds gathered to the four corners, speaking in different tongues. Unto you we say shalom. All right. It's just gonna be, a quick, I guess you could say impromptu. and I opened the book, because this particular week my hours have been much longer than usual. And, I'm like, man, I got to get a lesson in, like it's 11 o'clock, you just getting off, some brothers might, work like 7 to 7s or, however it may be, man, and you have to, you gotta push through it, man. You have to, matter of fact, well, that's the spirit, man. All right, let's go ahead and go to Romans. All right. For to will is present in me. Let me see. Romans 7. Is that as it doeth no good thing for to will. Yep. And so I opened the book. I'm just like, just through the spirit, just kind of looking, just flipping. And I was just like, I landed on Second Esdras, which this is a spirit, is truly a spirit. I landed on Second Esdras, and I still have the book open, here, the Apocrypha. And I was like, man, maybe just, do a quick lesson, get my due diligence in. You got to do it, Brothers working overnight. I used to work overnight at Amazon, from, if I recall correctly, my shift used to be 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. or 8 p.m. to, it wasn't that late. It was 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. And that was, years back. And, I was just thinking, I was just like, man, like over the past week, because it's been some time since I pulled like a 50 plus, if you will, and, you might pull like a 50 hour, but doing like 12s or 13-hour shifts every single day consistently, sometimes that's not, everybody's situation is different. But I was sitting here thinking, I'm just like, man, like, it essentially reminded me, like, over the past few days, I've just been reminded of how everything that we're supposed to be doing is unto Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, and I found it easy, like it's sometimes it's difficult, right? I've used the analogy recently, because I've worked in warehouses, factories, all types of environments. I've managed big old, whatever. That's not important. But, the Wadi Yabashim Yashai Bashim Kakodash, he's allowed me to be in environments where I have had to physically exhaust myself. And now, through this particular job, which the Wadi Yabashim Yashai Bashim Kakodash, I'm able to work remotely. But now it's mentally exhausting, because you're sitting in front of a computer for hours at it all day long. You're handling correspondences, you're having meetings, you're doing, what I'm saying? So, man, in the past few days, man, it's just been like, just the mercy and grace of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, Ba'arakakuda, it's just so beautiful, man. Like all of these different scenarios, instances, experiences that we go through, which you see how the Spirit just transitioned it, from Esdras to Romans. But it really comes down to what the Apostle Paul was making mention in Romans, because to will is present within us, you know, and that's what the lesson is now, continue to, oh, that's another one, throughout the Bashem Yahushai. Oh man, Salaki, I'm having trouble remembering, uh, uh, um, Salakia, man. You know, when you got the wheels spinning at work all day. Yeah. Here we go. The Wadi Yabashim Yahushai. All right. Ephesians 6:13. Wherefore take unto you the whole armor of Yahweh Yahushai, that ye may be able to withstand in the evil day, and having done all to stand. You see that? So that will, that spirit, that unction that we have, all right, is what allows us to stand every single day, and, more so recently, like I was making mention with these longer shifts, which it was a decision, and, we subject to payments, that labor, that captivity, the oppression, all that. And, the Lord will continue to use different situations to remind us, all right, of how we should be conducting ourselves, and, whether it be devils on the job, just being demons, your own situation with how you might handle certain things. The Lord will always freshen us up or sharpen us up, essentially to remind us of how we should be acting. Let's go ahead and get this, man. Romans 7:18, for I know that in me, that is in my flesh, dwelleth no good thing, for to will is present with me. You see? But how to perform that which is good, I find not. For the good that I would, I do not, but the evil which I would not, that I do. Now, if I do that I would not, it is no more I that do it, but sin that dwelleth in me. Verse 21, I find then a law, that when I would do good, evil is present with me. For I delight in the law of the Most High after the inward man, but I see another law in my members, warring against the law of my mind, and bringing me into captivity to the law of sin, which is in my members. Verse 24, O wretched man that I am, who shall deliver me from the body of this death? I thank Yahweh through Hamashiach Yahushai our Lord. So then with the mind, I myself serve the law of the Most High, but with the flesh, the law of sin. You see? So this is a perfect example, man. That's why I kind of started, just, not venting, but just painting the picture, because we'll have so many different situations, man, So I remember one job, I was going in at like 6 a.m. and not leaving till like 8 p.m. And it was a warehouse job, but I loved it. That's my thing, operations, management. I've done that, like 10 plus years of my labor experience here in Babylon, and guess what? It was like nothing. I don't want to say I didn't learn jack squat, not to say it like that, but through the spirit, the Lord, I look back at that and be like, dang, that was sweet, whereas other jobs, I see how the Lord, has allowed me to be sharpened, has used those experiences and scenarios to either jack me up or set me straight, Hey, and just like with, our rebelliousness, our sin, right? Because we had it sweet, all we had to do is just be obedient, right? It wasn't too much that was required of us. Let's say his laws are not grievous. His ways ain't with Yahweh Shem Yahushai. It ain't hard. But we made it difficult. And guess what? The same way you just heard me mention that job that I had that was sweet, guess what? By that same measure, being lackadaisical and not being temperate, I lost that very job that was sweet. You see, that's why scripture says in the day of prosperity, there's a forgetfulness. Okay. It's not just, if you getting some money. This is in Sirach. Okay. Sirach 11:25. In the day of prosperity, there is a forgetfulness of affliction. And in the day of affliction, there is no more remembrance of prosperity. You see? And that's why, just like the Apostle Paul was saying, he's like, man, I'm starting to understand the law of my mind, the flesh, I'm starting to get it, and that's why we have these scriptures in the Rakat Kodash and, Yahweh Shem Yahushai supping with us to remind us, don't get lost in it, don't get lost in the oppression. Don't get lost in the job. Don't get lost in the fucking bullshit, pardon my rude speech, because that's all it is, Don't get lost in it, man. All right? Because all it takes is just a snap of the finger. Next thing you know, like how they snap you out of the enchantment and all that, then you're back to reality. You just, what happened, You over there disassociated and got pulled into the wormhole and you all, nah, man, And that's why the Lord allows these different experiences to smack us in the head and get our mind right, wake us up, so that way we don't get too sucked into the everything that encompasses being here in damn captivity, man, and then furthermore, families and wives and jobs and the cares of the world, going into Corinthians, going into, those that marry, hey, do what you're supposed to do. If you're not married, then hey, more time for the Lord, you see. But the Wadi al Bashim Yahushai Bashim Kakunash, because it was just on my spirit, man. Y'all gotta do a lesson, man. It's been a long week. I have some longer weeks to come, especially during the holidays, man. Esau want to work you what I mean? So, but then also in that same regard, I was like, man, because this is an opportunity where I can get some overtime. This is an opportunity where I can take advantage and know it's long hours, though it's tiring, though it's oppressive, man. You got to respond to these damn Edomites because, a stupid freaking $5,000 table came with a scratch and chip paint on it, and this is completely unacceptable. Esau, man, just vainest, these people, man. Imagine dealing with all that all day, man. You gotta research, you gotta kiss ass, and you gotta hear them on the phone telling you out there, respond to hundreds of emails and all. You know what I'm saying, man? It's nonsense, man. But hey, because this is helping, this is mentally exhausting, if you will. But in that mental exhaustion, the Lord is teaching me, teaching us. Other brothers have mentally exhausting jobs. Same way brothers have physically exhausting jobs, physically or mentally exhausting households, depending what brother's situation is like. The oppression itself, all these different things, man. It's nothing new, but to pinpoint it down to your particular situation, brothers and sisters, just remember, hey, when you having one of those rough days, don't forget, it's all part of this beautiful walk that you have been blessed to be a partaker of. And by the same measure, when things are good, don't forget, just like we see it here. Don't be forgetful. And through the Spirit, the Lord places us through these situations day in and day out. So that way we are not forgetful, right? That's why we're able to endure, right? That's why we're able to rehearse the righteous acts, right? Because when you're rehearsing, you're not forgetful. You might forget a few of the words, but you continue to rehearse and you don't forget anymore. You see? So that's part of this rehearsal, that we don't be forgetful and naive and arrogant or ignorant from whence Yahweh Bashem Yahushua took us out of, which is this big old valley, the valley of the shadow of death, And we thank Yahweh Bashem Yahushua Bashem Kakudash for the mercy and grace that he has given us in times past as well. The opportunity to rehearse, to magnify, to glorify Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, even in these times, is an ultimate act of mercy. You see? So, hey, I didn't want to make this too long, man, but the Wadi Yahweh Bashem Yahushua Bashem Kakudash, because, through the Spirit, the point being, all right, to will is present with us, especially even furthermore, right? Like we can have that discussion. All Israelites were naturally made to be righteous in the sense that their spirit was not made like Esau's, right? But as it says in was it Masalim through envy of the devil? All right. Let me just grab it real quick because I don't want to butcher it, man. It was in Solomon 2:24. Nevertheless, through envy of the devil came death into the world, and they that do hold of his side do find it. You see, so naturally our people, aren't made to do those things and be this way. Yeah, but guess what? They hold on to that manner, and therefore they are likened unto it. You see? But us, furthermore, us, Lord, will we be of that number, of course. All right? That will is present within us every single day. Through the Spirit and power, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai Bashem Kakodash, man. And us tapping into that, and just going that little extra step, hey, and this digital epistle is a perfect example of that, I just took a step, the Wadi Yahweh Bashem Yahushai Bashem Kakodash, he met me halfway, And that's how it is, man, when you're tired, when you're upset, when you're sad, when you just take a little step, man. The Lord will continue to sup with us. The Lord will, continue to lift those burdens and all the things that we have been promised, man, So, yeah, man, hey, just keep on holding on, man, keep on pushing. Keep on being sincere. Keep on being humble and maintaining that humility. And Lord's will, pretty soon we're going to see the downfall of our enemies. We shall tread upon their necks. Hey, Lord's will, you was edified in closing. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakah HaKodash. Double honors unto our elders and apostles of Great Millstone, who do teach and will well tell us it's 100% truth, peace, love, and salutations unto the Lord's elect. Until next time, we say shalom.